Okay, hello friends, good evening. Whoa, all the buzz in the chat. Hello, Oldster, Drua, yo. Turlade, hello. J Reggie, Lamp, hello. ODM, Epsilon. Mr. Kupo, Shones, Haroj, hello. Harry Smallwood, hi. Hubert, Prime, hey, what's up? Scruffy Marks, hello. Mr. Matt, hello. Good evening, folks. How are you all doing? Hope you guys have been doing well this week. It's pronounced Hubert. Sorry, or is it Hubert? Hubert the Mod. Like that? Is that a pear? Yes, it is a pear. Sacre bleu. Yes, yes, yes. All of that. Asian pear? Yep. Specifically, I think it's like Chinese pear, Hebei pear. Pretty good. Very sweet. One of my favorite fruits to eat. Okay, so today is a pretty chill build day. We're building just a board for a community member. And so here it is. It's the TGR Shi VA. I'm not sure what the VA stands for. But it comes in this nice blue case, zippered case. Has the Shangmu and the TGR logo. Okay, so let's get started. So we got switches, stabs, plate and PCB. Guess authentication. This is the glazed blue colorway. Little suction cup. Little accent badge sort of thing, or internal badge, bump-ons and screws. Gloves. And then compartment for the keyboard, and we have a little drawstring bag. And we got a blue unit. Red alert. No, I actually should disable the keycap redeem because I was asked to check out blue alert. Not for my sake. It was because they didn't get the set and they wanted to know what it looked like on this board so that they would consider getting extras when Invokeys and other vendors run them. No. Yes. So here's the board. So it's like a little lion, like from Lion Dance, sort of. And then TGR logo, Shangmu's logo, And then the back says Shi, and then there's a USB-C port. I believe that's I think this is steel, or is it alu? I'm not sure. I guess it's steel, right? And that's, I think, probably alu, copper, and then alu for the rest. Is alu? Oh, it's magnet. Okay. So this is all alu? This is just the copper then. That's not alu. Napunzeki, hello. Then for switches, we actually have some silent linears today. So it's gonna be nice and quiet. I'm assuming this is a work keyboard because they are silent linears. But yeah. Oh, I just realized I can't really open these. But they're silent. The Nightshades, yeah. Thank you, Latam Keys, for the 34 months. Thank you for the force and please many times. Right, we got bonbons, some extra little bits. Got our PCB. And then we got 2 plates. So I know that there was an issue with plates, so I'm assuming this already pre-opened packages the old plate. But we can compare it just so you can see what the problem was. It should be very obvious. But there was basically an alignment issue with the F-row. I believe Frank Inomoshiki pointed it out. And then it got revised, and they remade plates for buyers. And so I believe it was the F-row was like higher, or it was one of the two was higher than the other. So yeah, so you can kind of tell from here. So if you like look up close here. This is the older plate. You can see that this side is slightly lower than this side, so you can see kind of like there's a very obvious telling discrepancy. Need a ruler? You can see that, I think. It's pretty obvious. Sorry there. There's the division. You can see, I think. But basically this side is slightly higher than this side. It's pretty obvious. Can you pull the world's most accurate online ruler for us? Oh yes, that's right. I remember the special tech and build support tech. And this is the corrected one. So anyway, pretty cool. So let's just put one of these away. It's either the ruler is wrong or it's not 12. Yeah. Okay. Summer Blue is such a good song. Yeah. Gam Radio. Alright, we got our PCB here. Shi F12 is compatible with Jack V2, right? I think that's right? Kupo, because they're like Jane style plate. Hello, Mr. Diego. Hello, El Kwan. How are you? Do you call my name? Yes. Someone was asking if this board stuff would be compatible with Jaguar V2, and I think it is. It should be. Right? Oh, but I mean, yeah, PCB aside. PCB won't work though. I think they're asking about the plate though. Is this the newer plate? I thought this is the new plate, right? Yeah, this is the new plate. So you can see the wrong plate is on this side here. This is the wrong plate, and that's the correct plate. You can kind of tell. I don't know how to like show it as. I mean, you can see it, but like I can see it in person here. But basically, the wrong plate has a slightly higher F-row than the print screen area. But yeah, pretty simple. And also, yeah, there's the cutout near the F12 and print screen, the O-ring section for the port, USB port. Okay, so let's go ahead and prep some stabs, shall we? Two people gifted like 100 subs on his stream for Walt Jr. to show his feet. Wow. So who's gonna put 100 subs each? How has your week been? Week's been okay. It's been a bit busy. One of my team members recently left, and so I just have like a few extra responsibilities, so it's just been kind of busy. But other than that, it's been pretty chill. Just things have been going pretty well, I would say. Aside from a temporary extra work. Okay, I just need to break in these stabs a little bit. The reason I do it is that the clip between the wire and the plastic housing is a little tight. So for those who don't know, so that the rotation here is a little nice and loose. Well, not loose actually, just free in terms of rotation, so it doesn't get stuck or anything, or it doesn't feel a little too rigid. Okay. That blue is really nice. Oh yeah, it's so nice. It's very nice. It kind of has, it's a little vivid. Like, it's a very nice blue. It's different from like the Jane V2 blue-gray blue, which was a lot darker than this. And this one's kind of like a more of a, has a much more like pure blue tone to it, which is really sweet. She had nice colors. Yeah. What are you doing with the stabs? Yeah, I'm basically breaking in the clip that goes with the that holds the wire. The reason for that is the TXAP stabs have a slightly tighter clip on the wire. So like, for example, if I just move this up and down, it kind of doesn't really fall. Like it's like very tight, very snug. It's not particularly bad when it's stock, but when you apply lube, it gets a little sluggish. So by breaking in the clips a little, you're just loosening up that a little bit, because I'm expecting to lube afterwards. And so even if it adds a little bit of sluggishness, it won't be enough to actually bind the action of the stabs. So that's the main reason. Just basically makes it less sluggish, or less prone to staying sluggish when you actually lube them and stuff. So it's a TX thing? Yeah, specifically TXAP stabs. Everything else about them is pretty perfect in my opinion. Like, it's pretty good. So they are called TXAP stabs, which means almost perfect apparently. So and they are indeed almost perfect. Clownfish, hello. Make it happen, streamerman. I don't know what to type out. Yeah, I could type something out later. Maybe not now, but yeah, I could do that. Almost perfect, yeah. Drew is Viet? Whoa. Dr. Killswitch, hello. How's it going? Diego, should I consider an NK160? If you have wanted a Keycult 160, the NK160 will be no different from a release by Keycult. So yes, if that's what you would have done if Keycult had released themselves. It doesn't really make a difference whether Novelkeys releases it or Keycult does, in my opinion. Whoever differs on that opinion is welcome to that opinion, but I personally think they're basically wrong. Like what Novelkeys is producing with their affiliation with Keycult is essentially a Keycult release equivalent. So I don't really see the harm. If Zach hasn't linked my board, it's not a real Keycult. Oh, then all of them are basically not real. Almost all of them. Did your client get the replacement outplate? Yeah, we actually waited for them to get it. That's why I'm building this now. Diego, are you seeing this bro is ashamed of this heritage? Don't be afraid. Don't be ashamed of your heritage. Embrace your heritage. It's good. Bro did not just say what is VKC, Vietnamese keyword community or club, whichever they like using. Have I missed anything? I don't think so, right? But yes, if but yeah, Kupo, I think the color choices are also pretty good from what they're talking about. And I think their pricing also looks pretty good too. So I think if you've wanted one, why not? What are the color choices? Was it black? Was it, no wait, was it black, silver, navy? I forget. Hold on. Let me. I saw it in the NK server. What was it? Navy, white, black. Wait, what? No, wait. Navy, silver, black, white. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, black I know, silver I know, navy I know, white coat, and then mid-piece options: brass, copper, alu ano, and then alu or stainless PVD is what they're talking about. Oh, that command is kind of old now, huh? The stabs command. Oh, thanks, Drew. Like you? Me? Old? Oh, okay, bud. I'm old. Older. Or am I? If I'm old, what does that make a bunch of other people in the community, like some of the vendors and some other folks who run stuff, who are definitely older than I am. Recommending Duroc V2 in 2025? I actually still recommend them fine. I think they're okay. I think they're okay if you know how to loop stabs. Genuinely, totally fine. But yeah, I guess in their stead you could say night stabs, I guess, for screw-ins. Gateron or night stabs are probably fine. But yeah, Duroc V2 is pretty okay if you're looking for screw-ins. Isn't 30 retirement age? Imagine. That would be so nice. I mean, assuming I had the funds to retire, that would be nice. Duroc V2s, in my opinion, were not that much harder to tune than an EPUT or like Zeal stab. I don't think they were any harder than that, to be honest. Like, I feel like people complain of this same exact problem about Zeal stabs and other stabs like that as they did for Duroc V2s. Thoughts on Type Plus? The Type Plus stabs are pretty good. They also require pretty minimal lube. I mean, fairly minimal amount of lube to tune, right? The only thing about Type Plus stabs that could be a little confusing for people who are new is that the parts are specific to left and right sides. So if you like disassemble them, you can't confuse those parts. You need to assemble them in that specific way that they come in to be able to properly put them together. So that can be a little frustrating for people who might be new to things. But other than that, they're pretty. They're also not bad in terms of tuning and using. They're pretty good stabs. The amount of contact happening between the parts is, it's definitely less than in other like more typical stabs. So they're pretty. I would recommend them if you know how to work with them. Or rather, actually not even that. If you're okay with the slight inconvenience of having to keep track of what side's what, what's left and what's right. Designer stab's kind of dope. I just found out you could bend the wire tensioning piece in the stem to grab the wire more, reduce the tick. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, I've seen some options out there that people are talking about how like to hold sort of like the part of the insert part, I guess, holds the wire better kind of thing. It's good to see these like small incremental upgrades. In a way, it just helps the overall process a little bit, which is always good. That said, I do think that if you're going to be touching your stabs with like lube or whatever anyway, then you might as well learn how to do it properly every time and just kind of adjust based on that. But yeah, I think the more like quote unquote perfect a stab is, just the more minimal amount you will need. So it makes it a little easier. But I think current style offerings are honestly pretty solid. I want a one tuning sesh and done type of stab. YKB is probably my top choice. Yeah. The YKB type of stabs are pretty good. Yeah. Yeah, I do think that it's pretty easy to tune. I feel like V2s were okay to tune, but they're always louder than TX or most other new designs I'm on, not taking just loud top and bottom. Some people actually like that, right? Like louder top and bottoming out sound. Like some people seem to be okay with that. In fact, it's kind of like the opposite direction of when like people used to like do Band-Aid mod for stabs. Like underneath the stab itself, because that would like would quiet them down quite a bit. But now it's like, I feel like the trend for the opposite sort of was that in response. Louder, more full top outs is the reason I want to do nylon tops for Gateron lanes instead of keeping PC tops. Oh, fair. That's fair. Yeah, some people don't like the PC top sound because it's like kind of like plasticky. Back in my day, the only budget option was the GK61. How about a GH60? Or even a Poker 2? I guess Poker 2... Was Poker 2 really that cheap though? I guess maybe not. Maybe, I guess. It was on the cheaper side, right? I think. Poker? KBC Pokers? I guess it was either that and Pros were recommended a lot. Ahoy, Rufflesaur, hello. Good to see you. Haven't seen you in a bit. How are you doing? There's probably a White Fox if you remember that. Yeah, of course. Of course I remember the White Fox. I actually had a White Fox myself at one point. I think I bought like an R1 used from like Mech Market or something like that at some point. The White Fox, the keycaps were the best part of it. Really nice. Cherry profile, like it was like white PVT dye sub, I think. Pretty good. Even Ampro not budget IMO? Yeah, I don't know what budget would mean for people. So it kind of depends what budget means for you in terms of dollar amount. I'm not 100% sure what to classify as budget. China's churning out $30 aluminum boards every other week now. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, that's true. There is a lot of mass-produced cheap aluminum, full aluminum keyboards now, and also like OEM wireless plastic ones too. I mean, nowadays you get wireless and all that stuff in aluminum ones as well. So yeah, the whole mechanical keyboard industry, I guess, has evolved quite a lot in terms of options and how cheap it can be at the entry point. I wanted a Wi-Fox, but I was a poor college kid, so I went for Magic 468 was definitely a popular option back then too. I remember people were excited for the Tada 68 and people really liked the keycaps from it. But the case and the PCB construction were so bad on the Tada 68. But I mean, they're good though in terms of like what it came. I mean, like, back then, they just came with like Gateron switches, and back then Gateron switches are kind of popular. I'm talking about like 2016-ish. Want a Cooler Master Master Keys S? Yeah. I guess for 2016, Master Keys was not in yet. I think it was the Quickfire Rapid QFR. That was the TKL of choice for a lot of people, or Ducky as well. Ducky TKLs. Yeah, my first full-size board had MX Browns. That was a Cooler Master Quickfire Ultimate, I think. Full size. Pro S was around 2016. Maybe you're right. I thought Pro S was like 2017 when the Norbit Touch cases came out for the first time. Like the first few rounds, I think. The Master Keys was also becoming a thing, because when he first made the Norbit Touch, like Norbauer, it was for the Nova Touch and for the Quickfire Rapid. And then it was revised to be okay. Like, people were like, oh, the Master Keys Pro S also fits in the case. Same footprint. Do you still have your Master Keys with Telios? I think I do, yeah. Might be at work. I kept it as a work board for a while. Everyone was using MX Blues in my school. Yeah, there was a time MX Blues were so popular. Nova Touch sounded like RF RGB. Stock, it was pretty awful. The Nova Touch. I did not like its stock. I had Quickfire, my retro Nova Touch. I had a regular Nova Touch on my Nova Touch case. Back in like 2017. Oh, yeah, I should let me double check if layout choices. Step caps, okay, cool. I actually think the Nova Touch sounded pretty good after you like tuned it, like after you lubed on everything. it probably sounded better in the plastic case, I think, but people did like the look of the, because the look of the Norbitouch kind of had that K-Mac-esque look, very like rectangular. I remember people liked it because of that. Silencer saved it. Yeah, people did use either the EK landing pads or like silencing rings, or like not purple sliders, my bad. But yeah, or like other silencing ring options. How would you rate the GX1 versus Novatouch? Well, the problem with the GX1 as compared to Novatouch is that the Novatouch is high profile and the GX1 is low profile. But in terms of like how it comes stock, I think the GX1 probably comes in better shape stock. But I still think most people agree that the Novatouch MX sliders are the best MX sliders if you want OEM top-rated components. Like I think that's pretty much the consensus, is that Novatouch sliders are sort of like the gold standard of MX EC sliders. I believe so. GX1 stabilized caps be hitting the plate, but Novatouch, all of Novatouch R3 hits the housing. If you're using like cherry profile. How do you compare the sound of the TGR Jane ME versus I'm not sure. I don't know. I actually don't know. This is my first time building one of these. I would ask somebody else. And I'm also building with silent switches, which is not really a great guideline for sound. First impression build? I would imagine it's similar. I mean, that's like a hypothesis mostly. That said, I guess if in terms of like the weights and stuff, the distribution's a bit different, yeah. But it's similar. It's similar. Like it has a lot of similarities. At the end of the day. You watching any anime this season? I started watching Link Click, the like more recent one. Aside from that, I'm watching Severance. With my partner, that obviously that's not anime. And then I was going to resume watching ReZero now that the hiatus part was over. I was also going to maybe start solo leveling because people seem to talk about it, but I'm not sure. I think I've heard mixed reviews on that, kind of like it's like mixed feelings on that. So I'm feeling a little lukewarm on solo leveling, to be quite honest with you. Does Lindy USB-C have problem with some boards with tight USB-C slot? It depends on the board. I would say for a lot of boards it's fine, but yeah, there are some boards where the width of the USB, the dimensions of the USB slot is not like sufficient for the Lindy cable housing. Yeah, but I would say like for a lot of boards it's been okay. There are some cases where it doesn't work nearly as well. Solo leveling season 2 is amazing. I like it a lot. Oh yeah, okay. I guess I'll start it and see where it goes, how it feels. Solo leveling, you could just read TBH. That's what I've heard. That's what people tell me to do. People just say that I should just read it. I'm only who I am. Hello, it's been a minute. Yeah. Oh, this has a fairly prominent top out sound. Because as long as the stabs are not rattling, it should be okay. This might need just a tiny bit more lube on the left side here. Are these full travel? I'm not sure. I think there might not be, but I think a lot of switches these days are not, right? Invokeys Nightshade. No, they do say 4mm total travel. Yeah, 4mm total travel. Okay, that's pretty good. Okay, I think the stabs are fine. Digo, what was that? I was gonna ask you what stabs I should use for a first silent MX build. Cherry clip-ins are pretty good. In general, I would recommend cherry clip-ins, but you can use night stabs as well. Night stabs V2, Stabies. TX bottoms out at 4mm on the PCB. Oh, is that right? Interesting. Oh, hey Lightning, how do you lube your gap milky tops? I lube them the same way I lube every other switch, like every other linear. So I piece them apart. I bag or tub lube the springs with like oil. You can use Crytox 105. You could use any kind of other oil that's like fairly inert. And then you can use for the slider, for the stem, I just do light Tribostar 204 or 205 on the legs, on the front legs and the sides, and that's it. Just brush very lightly, very lightly, and that's it. That's all I do for linears, for lubing. I don't really lube. I don't lube the housings at all. I don't touch them. They don't need it. They don't need it really. I don't know if night stabs would come out. Yeah, I don't know either. GMK Symbiote is so good. Yes, GMK Symbiote is great. You aren't afraid of 3204 moving around the stab housings? Stab housings? They were asking me about GAT milky tops. They do, because I had a set of night stabs. I got some DE under one of the stabs and it was like sticking to a PCB. Okay, I have to say, I don't know what y'all are, I don't know what's happening, but I never have stabs feel like they're sticking to the PCB. That's criminal. I don't know, like, I don't know, but like I never have felt the stab feel like they're sticking to the PCB. That's for sure. That might mean that there's just too much lube. Yeah, I think that's just too much lube. Mode stabs? Are mode stabs different? I thought mode just used Durox stabs. But yeah, yeah, it's a practicing thing. You just have to learn how to lube stabs. Like it takes time. I've made mistakes before. Yes, I've definitely over lube stabs. I've definitely fucked up builds. In like my earlier days of building boards, I've done it all. I've forgotten to put stabs. I've broken stab clips. I've bent wires. I've done all sorts of things. but I mean, it got better over time. Put stabs on the back of a PCB. That one actually, I remember seeing on Reddit someone who did that, and I was like, and so I didn't do it, but I've seen people talk about it. I've noticed people are less likely to recommend stabies. Wonder why? Because they are kind of on the tighter side of tolerance, so they are easier to overloop. It's not so much that they're bad stabs, but they are a little easy to overloop. Like it's a little bit more delicate in the process. Like it's they're kind of perfect for like if you're using GMK keycaps, and if you're like pretty decent at lubing stabs and you don't think you'll overloop them. But the reason people don't like stabies is because a lot of people's experience with them is that they end up overlooped, which ends up feeling very like gunky or very kind of like stuck, yeah. But yeah, and they're also picky on keycaps because they have tighter tolerances. So like if you have a PBT set that is a little tight on the stem, like you can feel some detriment on the action of that stab and things like that. So yeah, it really depends. Like it really depends on what the rest of your components also are, and how you also tune your stuff. But yeah, I'm 90% sure of all the issues people have with them being sluggish is like skill issue. Yeah. I mean, it's mostly just people, like it's mostly just overlooping. Yeah. The wire clips are really tight and hard to get the wire into. Then you get the wire into it almost always bends the plastic inward to the wire and causes stabs to feel like shit. Yeah. It's I would agree in the sense that stabies can be a little just challenging to use. Disagree on the overlooping part. I think it's mainly due to deforming the wire clip. Maybe, yeah. Maybe you're right. I don't think I've noticed deformation of the wire clip for mine, but maybe that's all obviously because I have more experience building boards. I guess for me, overlooping is more of a potential problem if it happens, when it happens rather. But yeah, I guess it depends on the person at the end of the day. Okay. Chair clip-ins are the best. I mean, they're cheap and good. Yeah, they work. Does this need to be flashed? Maybe it needs to be flashed. I think it's not flashed, maybe. Let's check QMK. Is that the micro USB PCB? What do you mean micro? This is USB-C. It's USB-C. Okay, what PCB is this? I'm assuming it's on VIA. Let's see, can I use VIA? Which PCB is this? Is it the XT? Who made this PCB? Where's the logo? I think it was a Kobe Bang PCB, right? I think that's right. Kobe Bang? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, okay, let me double check then. Oh, there it shows up. XT8X PCB. Layout F12. Bottom row 7U in keyless. And then just need to double check that everything's good here. Where's my tweezers? Okay, cool. I think that's working. Okay, cool. I don't know about the LED situation here, but I mean, I'll just turn them off anyway. Oh, there. Oh, I see. It was just not set to anything. Okay, we should be good to solder now. Okay, cool. I wasn't sure if it was programmed or not. Cherry stabs plus C3 or G on wire, and BDZ has never failed me. Yeah, everyone has different ways to do their stabs. I personally have stuck to TX because it just works well for me. I have no issues with myself, but everyone's different about it. Some people say they don't like TX stabs. Some people say they have issues with Cherry plus C3 wires. Everyone seems to have slightly different issues. Alright. Let's go ahead and get our soldering iron ready. Okay, sorry for the fan noise. Alright, start soldering. The pin got bent, so I need to reseat one of the switches. Oh, these pads are quite small on the PCB. The solder is like taking a while to flow onto the pad because the pads are quite small. Is that the PC cult? Yes, it is the PC265. It's quite nice. Actually, I personally think I think it sounds really nice compared to the other one. The case really sounds nice. Like, you know, typing on it. That's on cult number 3. Personally, the design's a little busy for me, so I didn't pay too much attention to it. But I think the sides and the overall design is a little like thick and chunky looking for me. That said, if that's your aesthetic, I can imagine it's going to be, if the internals and such stay similar to the other two predecessors, I can imagine it will be, you know, pretty decent typing experience. That said, it is a very like large looking board, at least in my eyes. So I personally not interested in one as much myself as far as like design is concerned, like looks and design is concerned. And then I guess there's still time and room for waiting to see what, you know, the board is actually going to be like internally as well, and whatnot. So I guess we'll find out. So there's lots of exciting releases though coming through. Invokeys with their new key cult work, like there's the 1800 finally happening, which is pretty exciting. People have been talking about a release for the 160. So some of the older designs are coming back, and We have new stuff as well, which is pretty nice, honestly. The zero, the more like sort of like, I don't know if it to call it experimental, but maybe more, maybe a little bit lower budget, like slightly lower price board with many options. That one's coming too. Yeah, lots of cool releases in my opinion. Almost done. One more row and reseating one more switch. So a bit slower than usual because the pads are kind of small. Takes a little longer for the heat to conduct. Okay. And one last switch. This one. I'm still wondering why these JPCBs have underglow. Are they meant to have some sort of plastic in the middle of the case to have a side glow effect? No. So PCB designers work in a different way. It's not so much. So you don't want to basically recreate or remake. Like, you know, you don't want to have all these different versions of stuff laying around. So you just make one PCB that kind of will fit not just one board but other ones too. And since it's a feature that all it requires is on off, like, you know, all you have to do is just turn it off, right? If you don't have to use underglow. You know, you can use the same exact design for a different board that might use it, you know, and things like that. So yeah, I mean that's probably the reason why it's there. People forget to turn them off but that's literally skill issue, right? Like, forgetting to turn it off is literally your fault as the user. It's a user error. So that's not even designer problem at all. You can't blame anybody for that other than yourself. Especially if you know that that can happen. I think it's like the first case should be a reminder enough for everybody that, yeah, like if you shine a light on something for a very long time in the same place with a lot of heat and energy, it will discolor things. So that's essentially user error. So I don't think that's the designer's fault or problem at all. Yeah. And I don't know about keyboard performance being needed when most people don't use keyboards for anything more than fairly basic things. And even if you play games with underglow, I genuinely don't think you'll have that much problem. Right? I mean, do you have performance issues, Drew? Are you trying to imply that you have great performance without underglow and poor performance with underglow on? Because you must be that good of a player, right? Is this the implication? Do you suddenly become a pro level when you turn off your underglow? You're like, holy fuck, I'm so good at this game now, or I'm so good at typing like obscenities to my friends. I can type it fast in game. I can type profanities in game really quickly now because my underglow is off. Is this what it is? Trash talk in game, 200 words per minute. Yeah, trash talk in game, super fast. It can be a life skill, you know. Trash talking. Not sure how much it'll help you in life, but it'll help you with your internet arguments or whatever you might want from it. So, you know, keep that in mind, I suppose. Yeah. Okay, so let's test just really quickly. If you can trash talk fast, then you can also Google things really quickly. And that's a life skill that you definitely need for a lot of things. Well, I guess, sorry, Googling things and then putting the word Reddit at the end. Key nowadays. If you haven't learned a new tech ever since Google Gemini and AI is a thing and Google search is kind of garbage now you have to be good at Googling plus the keyword Reddit to find the right thing. And then maybe you, instead of Google, you use like what is that, DuckDuckGo or whatever they're called. Not even site:/reddit.com. Listen from the pro. Drew knows the tech. Site:/reddit.com only. Exclusive. And using quotes. Yes. Learn how to do your Google searches. Since I don't even know when, like 1998 or whatever. I don't even know. When did Google come out? It's pretty old now, right? Alright, let's open this case up. This is done. The build is ready. So we need to put it inside of the case. Debounce algorithm maxing. Alright, so screws are on the outside. What's this for? Is this just for the backplate if you wanted to replace a backplate, I assume? Yeah, I assume that's the case. Oh, I see. So it's just if you wanted to change the backplate or something. Okay, well, that's cool. Ah, yes, let's put the bump-ons on because we already have the board right here. Flaming my healers in Marvel Rivals with an advanced algorithm sounds peak. Yeah. Oh, Muto, did you see that they're gonna bring back loot boxes? I thought that was pretty funny. They're like rolling back all of the changes that they made on Overwatch. Somehow Battle Pass doesn't work? I wonder why. Yeah, they're bringing back loot boxes. Can you review these screws specifically? It says... What the fuck does it say? Yes, and then something 12.9. Some symbol 12.9. But it says yes. Like the screw physically? Ah, yes, looks like... Let me observe the screw. Looks like 18.8 stainless steel. Perfectly fine, normal, countersunk. About 8 millimeters in length. Or actually, about 10 millimeters, actually. Might be 8, might be 10. I think it might be 10 including the countersunk part. Hello, Diego in chat. Newly built Heavy Grail is really nice. Oh, good. I'm happy to hear that. Are you enjoying it? Have you become one with the cup rubber? These are nickel plated technically? Oh, I see. Yeah, there does look to be some kind of coating, but it's a little hard to notice it. Happy thonking, yes. Hex or Torx? These are Hex. M2.5s. Alright, so there's our bottom case. There's our top case. Very nice. Okay, so the top case has this slot for the little inner badge, so we can place that in. It's a very thin piece of aluminum. A badge for the inside? Yes, so this badge, if I recall correctly, is essentially sort of like an authentication badge sort of thing. But, I mean, it was initially like the same on the MEs, right? They used like some kind of serialized thing. But I don't think this is serialized. I don't think I saw a serial number, but I didn't check carefully, so. But it doesn't matter. Alright, so we can do either a top mount or O-ring mount. Maybe, should we just do top mount? Top mount? O-ring mount? O-ring? Is this board made by Monocade? No. They're made by whatever manufacturer Shuangmu is using. Top, and O-ring. Top for the OGs. Dual mount. Alright. I see more tops than O-rings, so we can do top. What size screw? This is the smaller one? Yeah. dual mount for optimal thockiness. This build currently has silent linears. I'm not even sure if it matters that much. Silent thock. All right. A nice and quick build. Fairly quick, I guess. Yes, no extra screws for Toblerone because there isn't a Toblerone per se. It has that angled edge bottom, but it's like its own separate piece. Is Blue Alert going on this? Yes, people have been suggesting it, and also the owner of this board actually wants to see it because they regret not purchasing it during pre-order, and they are thinking whether they want to buy it during extras sales. So I think it might be a good thing to try it out. Okay. So where was I? Needed to check. Oh yeah, Mr. Kupo, I'll give you your points back. Epsilon, I'm gonna take your points just because you chose a set that doesn't exist. So I redeemed it technically. You picked it. I redeemed it. I just don't have the set. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Yeah? I'm just kidding. I'll just give you your points back. And Kupo, I'll give you your points back too. It's fine. What's this? Matching blue clack on escape only? What am I gonna do with all the Blue Alert resin I got recently? Huh? If I'm gonna put Blue Alert, I better use that resin, right? Also, I don't think it matches Blue Alert that well because the blue is like a little bit more, like it's a little darker sort of. It's fine, I have 30k more. It's okay, I gave it back to you. Alright. Let's open this up. Yo, Vinny, hello. Fill the number with Blue Alert Artisans? No, that's so tacky. That's so tacky. I need not do that. Has this Kiwi sticker been shown? Yeah, I showed it yesterday, but I can show it today too. I have some here. It looks like this. And there's a JD one too. That my partner made. There's that one. How's it goes, Mr. Diego? It's going alright, Winnie. Pretty quick and easy build here. Got silent switches for this one. Seems to me will be a workboard. Or wait, should we do alert row? Like the accent row, stripe, sorry. People call it alert row and it's stuck into my head. We can do stripe. See what it looks like. Ooh, oh, that's a nice match, or pretty close. Very close. Very good though. Oh, it already has kiwi fur on it. Where's your cat, Diego? Kiwi is somewhere. I think he might be napping. He might be taking a nap somewhere. As cats do. Okay. Okay, pretty good. Alright. Then can put the rest. The alert row extends to the nav cluster. Well, yes, thanks to my kit. Yes, thanks to kitting. Typically, no, it didn't. Yo, what's good? Plastic Bits, how are you? Does it extend to the numpad? Yes, it does. It even extends to 1800 style row, if you want it. Thanks to somebody pointing that out. Does it extend to the next keyboard? Just buy more sets. Then yes, it does. I think the compensator cannot support it, right? Because I think the compensator, what was it missing? Was it like a 40? So did it have a number? I forget. I don't think it did, right? So maybe not that one. Surviving on 5 hours of sleep? Ooh, icky. Not sleeping well is very shitty. I hope you get some rest soon. Oh, whoopsie. I put the wrong keys. Wrong side. Home. Page up. And page down. I think the Keycaps RGB mods would have looked nice on this as well. Yeah, it could have looked nice too, yeah. Oh, yeah, RGB mods go well pretty nicely with beige, or even CMY works pretty well too. Although I guess CMY might clash because the cyan is too like light versus this blue. It's like two different blues. Okay. Oh no, it's Drua's most hated keycap. Alt graph. I love Alt GR on my Gracian set where it belongs on an international land. Okay, yes, buddy. That's cool. That's cool. That's cute. Why no Hangul? Oh, cause I think it looks clean like this. Doesn't it look clean? Doesn't it look nice without with the Latin ones? All right, we can put some resin on this. We have some blue alert over here. So here's some different blue alert caps I have, as well as there's some over here too actually. This one, this one, this one, this one. There's some blue ones, and then there's some beige ones. I don't. It's not all of them are here, but they're here. Here are some of, like, a good chunk of them. I can bring up a little tray to show them. If you guys want to help me pick a few. Okay, so we'll do 4. I personally think we should do like beige color ones, just because the alert, like the accent row, the stripe is very like strong already. So maybe this time we can ignore the blue ones, but next time when we do no stripe, we can do blue. Or even the 60% could work well with the all blue ones. Better not veto my skull. Oh yeah, I'll veto it. Thanks for reminding me. Chat, do I take the points? Do I take the points? Literally 1984, he says. Ah, that's so cute. Thank you for the compliment. I'm taking after our current governance. Just kidding. I'll give you your points back. It's fine. Is this the actual reason you decided to make this key set? No, I made it because I wanted R5, and I wanted the stripe, and I wanted icon plus text. Most importantly, icon plus text mods is what I really wanted, and I wanted to see the rerun. So, yeah. How do you feel about R0? I don't love it. It's cool. As a it's like a nice novelty, so to speak, but I don't love R0. It feels too steep, like kind of like it leans forward a bit, right? Like it kind of like leans like it's sort of like slanted this way, and I don't love it. And it's very tall. Yeah, it's all right, but it's not like it's cool as something that you know exists, and it's nice. But I think outside of that, I don't really care for it myself. So R0 was a mistake. I mean, that's why it's not even there in vintage stuff as much, for a reason. Okay, Apostle, Frank, sure. Okay, let's do, yeah, sure. Apostle, Frank. Maybe I'll do different makers. So I'll do the Lube. And maybe I'll do the wizard like this. Maybe I'll do that. Can put the Frank on the escape, then we can put these in this order. Is good, I think. Apostle, Lube, and wizard. Very nice. Bite on the top left. Oh, bite works too, yeah. But I figured it has a lot of blue. I'll put the bite on a different build that has blue alert with it. Maybe on a 60 or something like that. Maybe or when I don't use the accent. All right. All right. How's that? Do you guys like it? That pasta is yum.com. I see Hashura has become much more knowledgeable about his artisans now. Yeah. That's the idea, to make it cleaner looking. All right. Let us type on this. It's gonna be quiet, but let us type on it nonetheless. Let's see. What's resin? Okay. Let me put the mic over. Hello. Oh, Yavin. Good to see you. How are you? Is this a full alu version, by the way? Yes, this is alu. I mean, I think the only non-alu portion is the little copper lion in the back, but it's basically all. I think it's all alu. Yeah. Sorry about noise in the background. Just I'm not sure if you can hear it a lot. I actually can't tell. My mic is. Yeah, you probably hear a bunch of like water and stuff, but sorry about that. Can't help it. Oh, it stopped already. Okay, let's try this out though. All right, let's try it out. So we got silent linears. I assume this is probably a work board for the client, but the client's actually a community member and a friend of mine. So pretty happy to be building this for them. So I hope they enjoy it. It's a really nice color on the case. So do the switches show slightly? No, not from my angle and not from this side either. I think it's just the camera, like specifically where the camera is, and also the lighting is kind of reflecting this part here. But no, I can't really see switches from here. Yeah, I think it's just the plate. All right, here we go. It's pretty good. I don't hear it. Mic on? Yes, mic is on. Mic is on. Can you hear the mods now? But yeah, it's the upstroke that you hear from the spacebar for the most part. It's the upstroke. Does it give a solid typing feel like the other Janes? Yeah. It's top mount right now, so it's pretty. It's fairly similar in terms of how it feels, as for like other top mount Janes and stuff. And I personally don't really have qualms with like the material or anything like that because it feels pretty sturdy and whatnot. Like it still feels relatively heavy on the dusk, so I don't really find it like very light either. People used to put liquid latex on parts of the stab to silence the upstroke. Oh, really? Yeah. You have time for an O-ring silence switch? Yeah, we can try that. You can try. So that's what the board looks like from the opposite side. Let's take a look. At least the board is rather easy to open. I think 10 screws is unnecessary though. I think it's fine. It's not that big of a deal to have 10 as opposed to 8 or whatever it is, you know? I don't think it's too big of a deal. Okay, I should maybe remove the screws one by one. Okay. Screwdriver. Yes, the Jane V2 and V2C have quite a few screws. 6 for the back plate. Is it 3 for the Toblerone? I forget if it's 3 or 4. It's like 3 or 4 for the Toblerone. And then you have like 10 for the case. 4 for the Toblerone. There you go. 4 for the Toblerone. And then like 8 or 10 for the case. And then 7 for the screws. I mean for the plate, if you use a plate with top mount. So quite a few. Alright, let's put O-ring now. So for O-ring, just tighten it evenly. Can actually just flip this over. Make sure it sits nicely in the case. 블루얼럿 코하쿠 옐블루에 켰더니 이쁘네요. 아, 좋아하신다니 다행이네요. Alright, that's done. Speaking of which, one of my friends also has a Yale Blue Kohaku, and they also put Blue Alert and really like it. Is that a Kiwi Battle Scar? Oh, this one? This one? Yeah, that's a Kiwi Battle Scar. I think this one was... I think we were traveling with him, and so when you cross security, you have to take them out of the carrier. And I think this one was one of those times. But that's what happens when you have a cat. You eventually get some scars here and there. You know, it's like they're like pretty minor, but you know they stay. Some of them. It's a sign of love, yeah. Yeah. Got a cat scratch on my pinky joint, and that shit is still there. I almost never scar. Yeah, I mean, well, cats know how to target. Cats know how to scratch. So yeah, that will stay. It will stay for sure. That's just the way they're built. Build diff. All right, we can now try it with. This is with O-ring. So we got O-ring now. O-ring, and these are Invokeys Nightshade Silent Linears. Once again, here you go. Oh. Let's try again. Are these switches stock? Yes, these are stock. These are completely stock. Slightly boomy, but I mean that's kind of like what silence just generally sound like. This is pretty normal of a lot of silent switches that I've tried. Kind of boomy. There it is. The spacebar reminds me of my RF. Yeah, it definitely is because of the silencing. Definitely sounds a little bit like that. And like what you hear a lot of it, like what you hear a lot of is just the spacebar stabilizer action and the upstroke of the keycap. So it's mostly the cap and the action of the mechanism there, because it's like much larger. Just hear it a little bit more, but it's pretty good. I actually think silence are excellent for, you know, if that's what you like and that's what you need, rather. Some people I know have asked me to do silence because that's what they prefer in their household, like just like this quieter keyboard. Some people for work. And so how does it compare to the JNB2C? No, I think if this had like a build from like, you know, one of those boards, I think it would sound pretty good. Like whether it's MX Blacks or MX Browns or like a different plate, I think it would sound pretty similar, pretty good. I actually don't know whether the internal weight, for example, in the V2C would make a huge difference, but this board is still hefty enough. Like I can tell it's decently heavy. Actually, let me see if I can get the scale. Yeah, they do use the same mounting, so it's a little, like, you can compare, but there is, you know, they are different boards. So I can get a scale here to double check. Compared to Jack V2, they're different boards, so it's like they're like externally and internally different, right? So it's hard to say. Like you'll find some similarities because the mounting is similar, but other than that, like it's hard to say. So like this board weighs almost 5 pounds, 4 pounds and 12 ounces, which in kilos is 2.2 2.2, 2.15 kilos. It's decently heavy. It's a pretty normal weight for a TKL, I would say. It's sizable. So yeah, it's quite nice. Don't they both use koala plate? Which one? This one? Yeah, I mean they use the 7 mount plate. So 4 at the top, 3 at the bottom. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Oh, she has a slightly different mounting than the original Jane. Do you want me to check? I mean, I could probably check. Let me see if I have any plates around. I might. Let's see. Let's see. I think I have an alu plate here from another board. Yeah. So mounting positions, they're the same. They're the same. They're the same mounting positions. Yeah. Yeah, they're the same mounting positions. So this is a V2C plate. But yeah, they're basically the same. Mounting for top mount. It's possible that the O-ring mount is a bit different. Like I don't know. That depends on the PCB and the pillars on the board, rather. I would have, you would have to compare internals or the cutouts on the PCB for that as well. But that I can't really tell you. I'm not sure. But if you want to go back on the VOD, you can always check. Yeah, the V2C plate was alu. The original kit came with a carbon fiber plate, and you could get an alu plate separately, if I recall correctly. Which I did order. I actually initially was not planning on building carbon fiber, but I wanted to try it, so I tried it and then enjoyed the build with MX Browns, so I stuck with MX Browns and carbon fiber. But alu sounds nice with like MX Blacks as well. So yeah. But yeah, there it is. Blue alert on a TGR Shi VA. Doesn't it look pretty good? It's pretty nice. Looks quite nice. Okay. I suppose we can. No, let's see. Did I miss anything, folks? Yeah, very pretty for sure. Very nice. Is it still 6.9 degrees? I actually don't know. 8-degree typing angle is what people say. 8-degree typing angle on this one. How'd you compare to CW88 TKL? I actually don't know. I've never built one of those. The Cruel World boards. I actually have never built them. They use what plate do they use actually? I don't even know. I thought they used the form of like gasket mount. I thought they used gasket mount, so they'll be different feel wise, feel and sound wise, and also the board itself, the Cruel World board is very different, like the dimensions and stuff, and it's very low angle, so that will also change the typing experience a lot too. What's a sloth artisan, by the way? It's called a Lurv V2 or U2, some people call it, by Keycaps. Keycaps, they're a duo artisan maker from Canada, yeah, they make this sloth based artisan called the Lurv, Lurv, Lurv by Keycaps. The 51st state SMH. Must support. Yeah. But yeah, quite nice. Quite nice. Alright, folks. Canada when getting an X was not my 2025 bingo. It's not happening, don't worry. Alright. Let us wrap things up here. Welcome my brethren to do you do top mount? I did top mount and I also did O-ring mount. Currently it's O-ring mount. I have O-ring mount, so it's silent. It's a silent switch build, so it's not very loud. Yeah, there's the mic. So I use an NT1 kit mic. Alright, so is there any folks streaming at the moment? I actually don't know. I haven't checked. Oh, Apiary is streaming. That's cool. Kim is streaming. I think that's it for keyboards, but I'm a shotgun enjoying myself. I think Apiary's almost done with her. Oh, okay. Maybe I guess if that's the case, I'll go raid Kim, and then maybe Apiary will also raid Kim. Who knows? All right then, folks. Let's wrap it up here, though. I guess this is it for the build. I do have some upcoming builds. I did mention it last time as well. But the QK Neo 60 and the 65 CU, those I'll be building in the next week. So you know, over the following week, I'll be building those. And then there's some other ones like the Platinum PT 750. I think I also have Lamb's FMJ at some point to build when those switches arrive. And then the Dolch decal from Bomb, it should be arriving at some point in the next week or so, whenever that's here. That's about it until I have other, all the parts in for other builds. But yeah, when's the next stream? Potentially on, I think either on Friday or Saturday. Any plans for the weekend? Yes, I have some plans for the weekend. I'll tell you about it later, though. Alright. Have you built your Mary Sister Santa yet? Yes, we built it during the last subathon, the build-a-thon. Mine is a pink. It's like pinkish Winky unit. And I put Jim K. Hazakura on it. Looks nice, really cute. I'm gonna try to get prescribed Adderall this weekend without making it seem like I'm desperate. Oh, good luck, I guess. When are you building my Philco? When's the PCB coming? Whenever the PCB is here, I'll build the Philco. Alright folks, let's go rate Kim. Thank you again for joining in. I hope you guys had a good time. And again, I hope that the client enjoys this build. I think it turned out pretty nice. So, and I hope this convinces them to get Blue Alert because it looks so good on this right now. Alright folks, I'll see you all later. Take it easy. Have a good night. Bye-bye.